Our next guest you'll recognize almost immediately, and that is Dr. Jeff Life. Has been, well, quite frankly, Doctor, I've been seeing your image for probably about 7 or 8 years now. When I first had a chance to acknowledge not so much who you were, but what you were promoting, I was sitting on an airplane on a specific airline that I will not mention, and then I noticed flight after flight. I was doing a lot of traveling this time. Every time I turned around, there was your image, and talking about, and I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly, Synergenics? Synergenics. And you are how old now, sir?
I'm coming up on 74.
74 years young. Fantastic. And Kim Smith has brought you here today, and just, I'll tell you, what a real privilege to get a chance to meet you. I just want to thank you so very much for being here.
Well, I first noticed Dr. Life when he was stopping traffic with the billboard. I've never driven along the I-15, and you see the little slowdown of all the cars. That's all the women like me going, wow, who is this good-looking man with a 20-pack? Right. So Dr. Life, that's where I first noticed you. So glad to have you here.
Thank you, Kim.
I read your book last night, and a particular quote just jumped out at me, so I want to just get right to the meat of it all. You said, the strength of your erection is a true barometer of your overall health as a man. Was this one of the biggest motivations for you to change your life and your health?
You jumped right into it, didn't you?
I sure did. I would think a lot of...
Did you see Ella do the eye shift? I was like, whoa.
Okay. I would think, I mean, I'm not a man, but I would think as a man, you know, you want to be virile and strong. And
that's right.
I mean...
Well, men go through the same thing that women do.
Right.
It's called andropause. It's very different than menopause, though, because it happens very slowly and insidiously.
Okay.
So it creeps into a man's life over a 5 to 10 year period. So their testosterone levels gradually decline.
Okay.
And then that impacts their quality of life, their health, and and their ability to get rid of body fat.
Right.
And so the best way for a man to know if that's happening to him is he no longer wakes up with early morning erections.
Ah.
And he no longer has spontaneous erections.
Okay.
So that's a real barometer of your testosterone level, and actually that reflects on your overall health and well-being. Because men with low testosterone levels are at their greatest risk for cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, cancer, even prostate cancer. So, but it happens so insidiously that men don't really realize it's happening. With women, they can almost tell you the month that they notice the change.
This is true, yeah, I've heard that.
And women sit around and talk about this. Men do not.
This is absolutely true. We do talk about it a lot.
Yeah, women talk about the changes that they're going through, but men, it's so insidious, and men just really don't like to talk about themselves, especially in that regard.
Sure.
So how can they find out, though? Like, I mean, because obviously you notice what's happening in your body, and obviously you're not going to talk to your friends to find out it's okay. How can men?
So the way men need to find out is to get a blood test, which will measure their hormone levels, their testosterone level, their free testosterone, a whole battery of tests that I talk about in my book that need to be done to see if they are in the throes of andropause.
Okay, which is the men's version of menopause.
Right.
And at what age? Around what age?
Well, it starts in the early to mid 40s.
Wow, that's quite young.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I am surprised.
Yeah.
I am surprised. One of the things I was going to ask you about, Doctor, is that we hear a lot about testosterone, HGH, steroids. So can you clarify some of this for me? Because where it gets it becomes convoluted in my head. All I know is that somebody is suggesting that I put something into my body, and I'm not sure where's the good stuff, where's the bad stuff.
Well, the athletes have abused steroids and growth hormone to enhance their performance. These guys are not deficient in these hormones, but they take excessive amounts of hormones to improve their performance. This is totally different. This is about replacing hormones that are declining as you age. And you know, if you don't want to follow the same path that your dad did,
right,
then you need to make some changes. And we have the technology today and the know-how to correct these hormone deficiencies and get the hormone levels up to where they should be to maintain optimal health. Not off the chart like the athletes do. So it's a very different thing.
And the reason I'm asking that, is because of the balance. I oftentimes, when I go to the doctor, I will hear him say those magical words. You're doing great for your age, height, weight.
Right.
So I'm assuming there's some type of sliding scale there. That he really doesn't.
Better out there.
Yeah, he's not comparing me to a 25-year-old. He's comparing me to other men my age.
Right.
And I don't know if that's really a fair analysis or not.
That's great. I mean, a lot of traditional physicians, a guy will go in and say, you know, I just have lost my edge. My sexual function's declining. I can't get rid of body fat. I'm going to the gym. And typically a doctor will say to this guy, well, you know, Joe, you're just getting older.
Gotcha.
And you just suck it up and deal with it.
Doctor, I've got to take a quick break. But when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about what men can do and to ask about next time they go to the doctor. We'll be back right after this.